Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend for hopefully a somewhat less interrupted week. My brain seems to have calmed down and come back online. I am sleeping in a way that is similar to the way that a normal human being does that thing some of the time. So yeah, that's about as much positivity as I have in me right now. Listen, I'm feeling a lot better, but it is still 10,000 degrees in this room. So, let's talk about winning this here video game. If we take a quick look at the old charts, also Titan bones. We have enough bones for a booster. Is there any reason we would not run this right now? No, I can't imagine. And that means we don't need to buy very much to push us over the... Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's take a quick look at the charts here. First of all, green. Green is by far the most militarily powerful player, with the Morgauer in second, making me look like a genius over here. And as far as victory goes, green is pushing up on 20% of a dust victory, which is a lot, but it probably means that they haven't been like really focusing on the kinds of things they would need to make that a viable victory type in the amount of time that is probably left, you know, before people start pushing on science victories and stuff. It kind of, for the moment, seems like everybody's sort of nowhere on victories. Now, keep in mind, the AI, of course, is always ahead of us on research, and they could start pursuing that science victory at any moment. You'll notice most of them are not stopping at 45 researches, though. So hopefully we're just gonna see them not go for that and instead fight each other a lot. And at this point, our primary concern is continuing to build up internally, maintaining relationships with the two players we really care about, and also, while doing all that, trying to have some kind of army on hand so that when we do start generating victory notifications, I'm not doing this. We are ready to deal with the hate that comes from some of the other players. So if we could buy ourselves into any booster, it would be lovely. We have no Quicksilver income. We have a very, very small amount of spices income. We're working on that, but it's going to take a minute. I mean, we don't have a lot of Quicksilver income, and Quicksilver's not a very good booster, but at the same time, boy, there sure is a lot of it here. It sure is available. We would need to buy 25? I'm going to do it. Totally worth it. Hooray! Plus 15% everything. Hell, even just the plus 15% dust we got from doing that may well end up being more dust than we paid for the Quicksilver itself. Speaking of dust and paying for things, how are my pillars doing? Give me the pillar tooltip. You know you want to. I still have such a hard time with this. It's usually a little easier if we... Can I... No, it doesn't. It doesn't just show me a list of like my currently active pillars. There's probably a way to see that, I bet. Seven turns. Okay, we just put some down. All right. At some point in the near future, we're going to have to pursue trades with other players for Hyperium so that we can build the other science buildings. But for right now, we're building a lot of important science stuff. We're leveling up districts. We're getting abbeys of anomalies down on high value anomalies. Good stuff is happening. And we're working on that approval level. So once we've defungused... Were the spices here? Okay, yes. Once we've defungused Samhin, we can get another spice extractor up on that. That'll be helpful. Yeah, we're doing a lot of work here. We're trending positive. This is definitely a place where we ought to build ourselves an advanced alchemy lab. It wasn't once upon a time, but it has become such a place. And then here, we do still have a burrow available. So this city's kind of a weird shape. These temple ruins are in a really weird spot. So you're level 1 and you have 3 adjacencies right now, but unfortunately the tiles I would build in to level you up currently have pillars in them. But yeah, my thought is like building here and then here gets us, this build gets us a level up, and then that build levels this up. So something like that, and it maintains some good pillar spots, but unfortunately we won't be able to do it soon. I do think that leveling up districts is strongly in our favor. It's just really awkward the way things are currently positioned in this city. We do not have a lot of compelling options on that front. And this gets me the remaining tile of that pillar, and does make it so we're a little closer to leveling up the city center. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know if you need to be that focused on it. Honestly, it might be time to start moving people onto science in sort of more of a full-time way. You have been running around and grabbing pearls and stuff, and I don't see anything else that is like urgent on that front. I guess we have some ruins over here we'll be able to search. With the fungus coming off of everything, that's of some value. And in fact, that's what you were doing as well. Well, you know what? Let's merge these into one army. It'll be better for Tamakrean's XP anyway, right? So we will merge them up next turn. And in Ehime, we... Oh boy, this city is not very developed yet. This city could use a little bit of love. So, we don't have another anomaly to build toward, really. Yeah, I guess it doesn't much matter where we put these up. Focus on population here until the city grows a little bit. We definitely want to make sure we're getting all of our science buildings out. Build one is focusing on population because it's really important that it makes it to 12. I remember that. Cargo docks are almost finished, which will get us those better trade routes in theory. One hopes. And Sharon... Well, you know, it's still happiness, even if the resource itself is really bad. But, like, we definitely want to build this and then that. It's, you know what? That's also happiness. Let's get those burrows done, and then we'll worry about the other thing after. How long would it take to focus you up to 8 population? Because we actually are going to need another point of population to get the other district down, right? Yeah. Alright, let's push hard for that. Get ourselves a little bit of state-approved theater, and then hopefully the damn winter will end soon. Think of how much dust we could be producing. I know we still have 2 empty governorships, I believe. Not that the heroes we would hire right now would be, like, the best, but we still have to... it will still be beneficial to fill those spaces. I noticed we got a lot of messages in a single turn there. Not usually a great sign. So, this district... Any district adjacent to you levels you up. I think I'm just going to build it here. And then this thing's close to leveling up as well. Yeah. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Demotion to Cold War from the most militarily powerful player in the game. and requests for peace from the weakest players. Or certainly weaker players. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm not overjoyed. Somebody's dead. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Red was on their way out and had been for some time. I gotta tell you, I'm not overjoyed about Green's behavior. Those are pretty important. Go ahead and focus on those. Really, trusting. Common friend, contract to its advantage. Yeah, we're the best of friends over here. Well, can we do peace again then? What they're doing here really is they're just wringing value out of me, which honestly, I'm fine with. I'm not actually that opposed. So there is some earlier stuff that I would like. I do want alchemical armor. Maybe we can make a deal happen here where I give you a valuable tech and something else, and you give me a tech. Just make my life a little bit easier. It's looking like that's probably going to be too complicated to put together. Well, can you give me something else? You don't have any Hyperium, really? Boy, you got a lot of some other things, though. You know, if I get like some red sang maybe? Wow, not nearly enough to pop a booster. About the die? Nope. They really just, they don't want to give me anything. The size of this green portion of the bar is very misleading. So we can't ask them for treaty terms or anything. I'm just going to ask them for some dust. I don't know how much I can get from them. Well, sorry, 200 of course. That was supposed to be 3 zeros. Okay, they'll pay up a pretty serious amount. I want to give them a contract to their advantage again. But yeah, we can resolve our hero problem right then and there. That is provided that these heroes are actually worth hiring, which they may not be. Karis has no, well, slavery I guess is technically a governor trait. Food boost 3 it's a little less impressive than I would like at this moment. And remember, what we'd actually love is 3 governing heroes, because we still have that one who's supposed to be a spy, which kind of never got around to happening. What level are you? You're level 2, really? And it's spent on the wrong side. I'm just thinking, like, at this point in the game, science efficiency 3 is a little bit more compelling, but obviously you would like a hero who is developed at all. Like, some of these people are level 5. How are you level 2? Well, I gotta tell you, I'm feeling like none of these heroes are even the slightest bit good at all. Yeah, in fact, they're all hilariously, exaggeratedly terrible. We could just use the dust to rush constructions, I suppose. Because the thing is, we really need to wait for the hero market to roll over. I could buy the world's supply of Hyperium, which I'm going to do. And then are there most luxuries, there literally just isn't enough available in the entire world for us to run a booster. However, it is worth noting that at the moment there is enough wine. There is exactly enough wine. Well, never mind. We pushed through to Fervent thanks to the completion of that technology, so I don't need to buy 60 wine as it is. It would not be terrible to have double XP on our heroes, obviously, as we're completing big, expensive projects. We are nowhere near being able to run spices. We're not that far off of dyes, but far enough. Yeah, I guess I think I am, in fact, just waiting for better heroes to show up. Kaniche just has army boost. Yep, okay. And because we're kind of waiting for better heroes to show up, I am a little reluctant to buy out constructions. You know what maybe we do with it is we just hold on to it until the pillars expire, and then we just lay down as many pillars as we can afford, just a really huge number. Actually, I like that idea a lot. All right, so a lot of the big cities are going to want to build an Imperial News Network right away. Oh, that's right. A hero got wounded. Oh, Lais actually still has an enemy spy in it. Well, then round up again. Absolutely do not allow that to pass. That's a nice cheap restore. We are definitely pushing through Behemoth Tamer. So a bunch of our cities are going to have a thing that is valuable, a thing that is important to build in one turn. So I don't necessarily want to put them on huge construction projects. I know I want to save the Abbey here. And we're definitely going to want an aquatic center. Somewhere we have to build our center for mineralogy as well, wherever population is highest. Actually, Build 1 and Auriga are looking like the strong candidates there. And Auriga is producing 60 raw food while you're producing none if I take people off of food. Yeah, so... Auriga probably ends up being the sensible location for that. How expensive is that? Yeah, I was going to say, this cannot be very much. Let's just go ahead and buy it, since we have the city sitting on that anyway. Yeah, dust refinery, absolutely. Absolutely, give me that dust refinery. That said, we probably do not need people sitting on dust anymore. Let's go grab some pearls, and then, hey, look at that. A ruin that is easily accessible, that isn't overgrown with fungal garbage. I'm definitely very concerned about what would happen if we actually did finish researching an endless tech right now. Like, we need, first of all, we need some other players to start generating victory notifications just to provide cover for us. And secondly, we need more preparations, more military preparations. We can afford to Abbey here, and we definitely should Abbey here. Yeah, get those two done. We have 55 Mithrites saved up. Do we have the technology for the science buildings yet? We don't. Well, we better get it, and we'll figure out where we're going to source that Hyperium afterward. I do not have any idea what we want to be doing with our army at this moment. I mean, there are sea ruins that we could, like, sail around and grab. There's a little bit of stuff left on land, but a lot of it's available because it was fungused. Here, we can come down here and grab that, and it's not even really that long of a run. Yeah, Zarch Atenol, just more big science boosts. No winter immunity for your city. Okay, so the Imperial News Network unfortunately does cost glassteel, so we're gonna have to buy glassteel. That is a thing that, wow, technically we're allowed to do, but only just barely. All right, in the cities where we have the largest population, obviously it is most critical. So we don't even need to commit it here yet. Oh, right. This city is assigned the way it is because of the lockdown. Well, you could be doing that. Then this city can take on the other one because we actually have a remarkable population here already. We should probably actually build a cargo dock. I don't want to spend 1,000 on it, though. I do think it's probably worth getting it done first. It'll provide a little bit of an extra push. And then in Sayap, we are not going to build one of these just yet. So the population's not actually that high. I mean, we can just do a district here, right? Get ourselves another level up. And in 2 turns, of course, we will have more glassteel. Yeah, it's fine to leave that on industry, I think. So again, just really focusing as hard as we possibly can on driving these numbers up. I really don't want to pull people out of Build 1 until... or off of food on Build 1 until we have that 12th point. It's pretty important. So green took all of red's stuff, right? Yeah, green's looking very powerful and certainly in position to make my life absolutely miserable if we went to war. The good news is, if we can keep green and the Morgar on side, that makes it very, very difficult for other players to declare war on us because they're in great position to defend us and attack anyone. Like, anyone who wants to attack us would basically have to move through their territory to do so, which obviously they would prefer not to do, I suspect. We still get that person in 1 turn this way. Green is taming additional Urkins. Nothing to be concerned about. No reason to panic. There is the Arts Council, which I guess gives science. It's definitely worth the research, at least. Let's also go back and get this for the trinket. So yeah, we want that and this and probably Arts Council first and scientific specialization. And then we're going to need 2 more technologies to move forward. Is it like alliances? This technology does let us get extra science out of our trade routes, which is maybe worth pursuing. It's not going to be that much in the grand scheme of things. Oh, hey, spying. Pink has put in some effort to reduce diplomatic costs for dealing with me. Interesting. I don't know why they would want to expend a spy on that. The ability to make alliances may turn out to be relevant, actually. Yeah, that's pretty weird. That's a pretty weird move on their part. So we're about to see some of the exclusive heroes flip, which I think means we will see motion on the market here. Fingers crossed. I would really, really like to see some motion on the market. Oh, inconvenient. The ice melted under my army, so now we're going to spend all of our movement just getting back on land. Well, actually, there's a functional dock there now, so we can get back on land in a much more movement point efficient way. Also, apparently, we don't need... Do we have something that reduces our disembark costs? I would have thought that would have been expensive. This is an offer of peace. Ooh, boy. They're really... They're finding the right buttons. I'll give them that. Temakran can continue to pick up buffs very slowly. Our heroes are certainly a little bit underleveled. You know, not enough red sang boosters, I guess. Nothing. It was an empty ruin. Fun. But at least we did find 6 pearls by running down here. Okay, we are going to have to buy a small amount of glass steel. God, stuff is expensive. Hey you. You're unafraid of me. Oh, right, we can only make resource deals with people we're at peace with. Yeah, I need Hyperium and glass steel. If I give you some mithrite... Boy, nothing even makes a dent, huh? Wait, what's going on here? I'm trying to put the glass steel on the table. There we go. Okay. They would not trade 13 glass steel for 24 mithrite. They just wouldn't even consider it. What about you? Are you feeling friendlier? Let's say I needed 20 glass steel. Okay, the answer is no, not feeling friendlier. Whatever the opposite of friendlier is. 20 glass steel for Imperial News Network. Could do that. We're in some trouble, y'all. So there are some new additions here to the hero market. How am I only pulling 2 glass steel per turn? Is it really? Gosh. Okay, well, we've been given no valuable options for heroes again. This guy's level 6. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, okay. He has no governing capacities, but he has enough skill points that he could be interesting. We need 1 more turn worth of dust before we can hire him, but he's not going anywhere. He is exclusive to us. I guess I'm gonna start. Yeah, we have river tiles. Let's do that. Just gonna have to buy time before we can start constructing the news network here. In this city, we would love to build another district, which we cannot yet do. But build this, and then we'll be able to build the next district when that's finished. This city is kind of a throwaway, right? We just, like, in very large part, we took this just to prevent anybody else from having the region. Yeah, that's going to be an unexciting one. All right, next turn we get to have Lais actually be full power again, which will be really nice. Still 3 turns off of that point of population. Man, I need to find 25 glass steel in a ruin or something. We've reached that part of the game. It's like, yeah, I have extractors up on the glass steel that is within my empire. We just don't have that much glass steel available. Ahime needs to burn the fungus in the region. And that'll get us another one, but that is actually it. Let's go ahead and put that in the queue then. Open wounds. For the next 9 turns, nobody regenerates from nothing. Alright, Lais did not reveal any spies, which doesn't necessarily mean that the spy left, but it could mean that the spy left. So build one. $1,700 of this, and then we can just buy whatever glassteel we can afford. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Even a hero with no governing capacities can be valuable if they have that many skill points. So the question is, do we take the 15% industry or do we take 5% everything? I think 5% food, 5% science is better than an additional 10% industry in the situation we find ourselves in. And then I think we don't spend any more dust. We just wait a turn and then apply more pillars next turn. So in build one, we don't want to do the abbey yet. We know where we want to put that abbey. I guess I could just build military units. I could start on some military units. I mean, they're not going to be real. We're going to have to pay for retrofits anyway. God, we just have too much. We have too much stuff that we need dust for. And I really can't afford to move people off of food here. What is this? Okay. Pink has gotten another spy injured, decreasing their diplomatic costs with us. What could they possibly be trying to accomplish? So I sort of think we're going to start building a stockpile. I think that's where we're at in that city. You know, we'll make use of it eventually. Okay, you could definitely just like have an alchemy workshop. That would be lovely. Pearls, not quite enough pearls to get us to another anomaly or another abbey, but it's something. Okay. So there's a question here about like whether I want to refocus basically the whole society on dust for a turn, just so that we can lay down a lot of pillars next turn. And I think the answer is we're all pretty busy. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this alchemy workshop done quickly. I think we're just going to maybe not slam dunk quite as many pillars as we are used to. And probably try to be careful about where I put them around Gleka, because Gleka still has some expansion potential. Lice will finally finish building that warlock we told it to start building like 2 videos ago. Maybe more than that. Alright, so with 1,000 dust, let's lay down some science pillars. Let's start in build 1, because we know approximately where we are putting stuff up in build 1. Actually, let's start in Lais, because we have this situation. We have that little build around, right? So that pillar is actually getting good work done. Oh, right. I forgot. At some point during the pillar levels, they take on additional range. So we got a very small boost to the per tile output on the last pillar upgrade, but you can see now it's affecting all tiles within 2 of the pillar, which is actually like given the construction of some of our cities, that's like very, very, very powerful. So we can definitely afford to put these up in build 1. People are still spying on me. I hope it's just Pink doing that same thing again. And then like in Sayap, this would be a pretty good position. We could still pillar in Gleka. So let's see. I was gonna build here and then here, which means this is still actually a really good place to put one of these. Yeah, look at the number of those tiles that is being exploited. That's really wonderful. And then we can do one more. So I'm planning to build there. Just trying to figure out where do I think we're going to get the best coverage. Sharon's pretty good. Sayap's pretty good. Yeah, actually, Sayap's pretty great, right? Yeah, almost all of those tiles are covered. That's pretty good. Okay. Build one has been target governored. Man. You know what I do not have time for is a roundup in build one. It's just nothing we can do. Or rather, there's nothing that is worth doing. So let's refocus people, and we will just buy back our governor. All of a sudden, everybody's spying on me like I'm the danger, which feels a little bit silly. Oh, hey, look at all the Hyperium. All of a sudden, Hyperium is not a bottleneck resource anymore. Well, next turn when we actually have some money, maybe we can pick some up. So that's a quest ruin. Okay, hey, this is just a legitimately unsearched ruin over here. And also, there's pearls over there. So next turn we'll look into purchasing some Hyperium or trading some Hyperium off of another player to start building some of those other science buildings, hopefully. Cool, it was empty. Ain't that always the way? And then here in Sayap, for the moment, we can just build a large-scale aquatic center. We actually do have some sea and lake terrain, so it's useful even when people aren't on science. Oh, you have like a... yeah. You have a point of movement technically, but it's certainly not worth spending. I gotta say, for how large our country is, really, I think we've done very poorly on strategic resource deposits. Although it seems like maybe Hyperium's just kind of in short supply the world over. Because we have seen that a number of other players have more Mithrite than Hyperium as well. Oh, interesting. Karamar. Karamar's not a fungus city. This was a Kapaku city, and they gave it to the Myconids. Or the Mycera, rather. You know, it's not... listen, they're all fun guys. Hold on. We're gonna consider that one. Do I want winter immunity for Gleka more than I want another 15% science? What is the buildup on winter right now? Ooh, wow, the thing that's gonna win the winter vote at the moment really sucks, and I do not think we can afford to vote around it. So winter immunity really only gains a little bit of food and dust in the cities. There aren't any winter effects that are directly relevant to the things that we're doing, so I think I might just ignore winter immunity. Okay, pink is no longer black spotted. So the question is Will of Achille versus second point of inspirational leader, and I think the answer is Will of Achille. I think we need to be taking these big science bonuses where we can get them at this point. Alright, and then we have no other quickly searchable ruins. So what I really want to do, I guess I can run over here and burn the corruption off of these ruins because there's no reason for me not to. I don't have anything else terribly important going on with this army, and then we can, obviously, when the eclipse starts, we can sprint back to pick up any things we need. Oh hey, more spying. Alright, that is not a critical thing. Let's go ahead and focus on science. Okay, Steel technology level 5, actually not a big deal. I'm fine with them. I'm fine with green doing that. I wish there was a way I could tell them. Hey, actually, it's cool. I'll trade it to you. And then, like, do we just build here? Get 2 new tiles and level up this district? Yeah, this city is not, it's not going down quite according to the old Ardent Mage's plan, but they don't all have to. You know, we're not putting pillars down in every city. Over here in Sharan, we do have enough for the burrow, so let's go ahead and burrow. And then once that's down, like, obviously these become a little bit more compelling, so why don't we just... yeah, why don't we just focus up a little? May as well cargo dock. Salmon is way behind. Listen, a lot of stuff's got to get done over the grand course of a game of Endless Legend. There's a lot of buildings and whatnot. Because in theory, we should be seeing that that dust eclipse any moment now, right? So people are selling Hyperium at quite a rate. Now, unfortunately, even with demand crashing, that's still 650 dust per stack. I want it, but I think we're gonna let it sit another turn. And unfortunately, that's not like that amount of Hyperium is not going to go a very long way. That's not going to build us that many science buildings. And I know Pink is going to be annoyed with me continuing to burn their fungal stuff, but, like, who cares? Alright, that's a victory notification right there. Go forth, little warlock. Alright, who's generating them first? Green, the Forgotten are generating dust victory notifications. Okay. Blue has become black spotted. That's good. Blue is in my opinion, a good target for our allies to go after. Chaka has turned green. Not a big surprise. The only thing that's really surprising about that is that there was an Urkin that was not already green. Gonna continue focusing on the science boosts. So, let's go buy some stuff from the market. I need Hyperium. I need one more Hyperium, I believe, will get us one more building. So Lais is a little bit behind. Could build an Imperial News Network. It does not have an Abbey up. Really? Well, we should probably fix that. This is a good city for that. Yeah, that seems pretty solid. And then, yeah, honestly, cargo docks there also seems pretty solid. So, I guess at this point we do need to take a quick look at the Empire Plan costs. So it is 5... okay, it is 5 Hyperium per Imperial funding. I forgot that the other thing, the Titanium, is also going to be a problem. Because of course it is. You know what? Siap is, in fact, the next city to build the Imperial News Network. I think that's just fine. And yeah, we really want to be building Imperial funding here. But we can't even buy the amount of titanium that's needed. And also our empire plan, or our empire approval level has fallen below... There we go. Back up to fervent. That's a lot of extra money and extra science per turn. We are rapidly moving back toward having Titan Bones available again, which will be great. Yeah, this is fine. The dyes are coming along as well. Can we buy dye? How expensive would it be to buy up to the level we need? Not very expensive at all, in fact. All right, let's check in on that empire plan. Now, we're moving a little slower than I would like. That's not even the button. So this is still 2750. I mean, we could very easily contract this a little bit, but we don't have to. Like 2750 is 100% doable. We don't even have to devote any extra resources to it. If we wanted to get aggressive, like this is fine. That would be okay. Plus food would be cool, I guess. If we get like 6,000 influence, that would be pretty okay. I don't think we're going to bother. No, I think we're okay where we are. We are in a place where we are maintaining our influence levels naturally. All right. Do any of you have perhaps titanium that I could bargain for? Wow. I thought the 40 was not a lot. Okay, what about, like, let's say 19 titanium. Jesus, look at the redness of that bar. Imperial funding is not a fair trade-off, they say. Now, we do have better titanium generation, at least. But, yeah, that's bad. That's bad news. Well, you know, this is the part where we start doing the transfer. So, Royal University stockpiles cost 2,000 industry, and they produce 1,600 science. It is only worth it to build or to have citizens assigned to industry over science in a city that is doing this thing if we're producing considerably more industry per citizen than science. Down in Sadrej, they are regrowing over a ruin. I wish they wouldn't do that. Go ahead and build this cargo dock. That seems fine. Yeah, very inconvenient stuff, actually. Well, there's sadly very little I can do about it. It's certainly very little that's like worth doing about it. I think we're just gonna let them grow some stuff. And we're on a pretty routine couple of turns per research. And we just have to hope nobody else wins the game out from under us, which they absolutely could if they pressed, like, when I say they absolutely could, I'm not thinking about any AI who is currently in this game from their position. I'm just thinking about like general AI pacing. Because at this rate, we are not going to be a threat for a science victory for like a couple dozen turns. We are coming through slowly. Let's grab Inspirational Leader. I am noticing a lot of the bad kind of diplomatic message. Okay, a compliment. Weird. Cold War from a powerful neighbor. Yep, what they are doing is they are trying to extract payments from us in exchange for maintaining the diplomatic relationship because it has been working, and sadly, it's likely to keep working. I don't love that reality, but it is the reality. So let's see. The Abbey is surrounded by only 2 districts right now. You're already leveled up. You could level up. We've actually got a pretty efficient shape here, though. Oh, I mean, let's reach out. Let's reach out and grab... There's another anomaly here. Let's do that. And let's keep an eye on the marketplace for titanium. Gosh, 103 dust per unit. In theory, we have another, empty city that we could dump a hero in, but dust is starting to be at a significant premium now, and it's hard to imagine wanting to devote people to that sort of thing. Oh, hey. Build one finished that 12th point of population, so we definitely want to grab... Yep. That. And then that into an abbey of anomalies on that tile. Yep, and that's a cargo dock. So then this is actually almost leveled up. So is the cargo dock, weirdly, but it's not. It's probably not actually worth finishing. Okay. Yeah, lots of good constructions getting done. Unfortunately, just a ton of work left to do. So Auriga is probably our science capital just on account of it has all the population. And we have a lot of science capabilities spread out over a large number of cities. I guess if I had everybody focused here, I'm just thinking about where these living lab tools are going to go. Because we do have the resources to build them, and we definitely should build them. Yep. Ulani Rowie. No, that's not the interface I want. Okay. It's just spiteful, it's just spiteful and annoying what they're doing to us. It is a little bit of a shame to burrow out here because we are sadly going to drop below the fervent threshold. And honestly, the benefit of doing so is not that great. But I guess, what else would I build here? There is still some stuff that it would be nice to put together if only we could ever afford the resources. A lot of these buildings are obviously really bad ideas for various reasons. But maybe we do in fact just put the city on very slowly making... That feels silly, but put it on very slowly making troops duty, because any expansion we do is going to... Yeah, it's all bad. It's all pretty net negative. All right, slowly build military units it is, I suppose. We should probably update our Ateshi Zealot design if I'm just going to throw some together here. So let's say we put you in all of this gear. Extra movement range. And we definitely use dust gear instead of anything that costs strategics. Alright, produce for me an Ateshi Zealot. And wow, if we're not industry focused, that is gonna take a million years. But really, we're just giving the city some busy work, right? Produce an unimpressive amount of science and stay out of the way is the real set of orders we've given there. So when we focus everybody in this city on science, it gets to 1097. The terrain is just so much more favorable to it. Gleka's actually quite close, and it is still growing in population without having to be focused on quite so much. So maybe this is a more sensible location for it. And the numbers we're seeing here are with 2 science pillars on build 1, but only a single one on Gleka. So yeah, I think Gleka does, in fact, make more sense as a target for this. So Is it reasonable to buy 7 titanium? No. No, it is not. Is it reasonable to bargain for 7 titanium? Probably not. Okay, they don't actually even have a problem with this idea. What if I got 7 titanium from you? And in exchange I gave you... Boy, nothing even makes a dent in that, huh? And in exchange I gave you a technology? Sure. That's in their favor. Again, I'm trying to butter them up a little bit so that they'll just be nice to me. They'll just decide that we are actually friends instead of people who desperately need them that they can keep wringing a price out of. Now, to be clear, I am in fact that latter thing, but I want them to stop thinking that. It does seem like this game people are being way more opportunistic, though. They are much less likely to allow us to remain friends. Nobody's got that blood brothers type feeling. Okay, we're 3 turns off of burning this. That's just... It's gonna have to wait. Apparently there's 4 pearls just sitting right there. There's a visibly very small pearl deposit for the number of pearls that were inside of it. Alright, Ululani Rawi also gaining plus science. Hooray! It does keep getting better and better. I still don't actually think we want to take it. I don't want to complicate our diplomatic situation too much more given the things, but yeah, like this power block over here is trying to get me on their side, but I just don't see that. I don't see that making friends with those people is good for me in the long term. It seems like it could be very, very bad, in fact. All right, we have a ton of dust to work with. Do I want to buy... So your next turn we'll be able to pop a Titan Bone booster. We should... Actually, we can fire the dies right now, and probably should. Is there a hero worth having for my final hero slot? There is another Ululani Rawi. Dust efficiency 3 is not so exciting. There's a lot of this is pretty familiar. Feeds on Bones is a good fighter, fighter at least. And okay. You know, I'll take an Andom the Seer. That's fine. Throw you in the final city. It's not all that exciting, but just take a 30% science boost to that city and generate some free influence as well. Yeah, all right. Let's play one more turn forward here because I do want to get that Titan Bone booster fired because I'm afraid that I will forget to do it if I don't do it before the end of the episode. But yeah, we're in a position now where I feel like it feels like everybody's behind. The AI does not seem to be putting as much victory pressure on us, or, that means, of course, on each other, as I am used to seeing, and I think it's probably just there's a lot of conflict and a lot of unstable situations out there. Although, I say that, and here we have another victory notification. So 140 dust... That's a movement conflux up there. That'd be pretty cool to have. Oh my god. All right, 20 Hyperium in a ruin. That is wonderful news. All right, we're going to grab this and then queue up for that one. the Sustainer. A cavalry slaying longbow. Sort of a weird name for a thing that is only used to kill, but alright. An offer of peace. Okay, yeah, once again, the Morgar have a victory technology. It's hard to know whether they're going for that as a strategy, though. We're one tech off of being able to start our own victory technology research. So we're playing from behind, but I think we have a science engine that is going to surprise the AI a little bit when we kick it into gear. We have a lot of like potential research ability right now that we can convert into actual research ability suddenly. Is it going to be enough to win? I honestly have no idea. I do not have a good sense of what we want to do next in terms of research. I do think we probably want to go Imperial News Network here. And of course, more spying. More spying is occurring. Why does everybody want to... Apparently, influence is in very short supply this game. I don't know that I've ever seen the AI use that diplomatic cost reduction anywhere near this many times in a game. It's really wild. So we're going to get Living Lab Tools up, then we're going to get Imperial funding up in this city as well. We're going to continue to build out the boroughs. We have population growth still actually happening. Yeah, Gleka is going to end up being our most scientacular city, for sure. But honestly, we've got a good sort of distributed science network. I'll just cue that up so that I don't forget. And I think this is maybe where we're going to call it for right now. The numbers are shaping up for us to be a little bit behind. Oh, wait, Karamar was the city that the Kapaku had given over to the to Pink, right? Now Pink has control of this one. Or at least it's getting overgrown. It looks like they must have made the trade very recently. It's not fully overgrown yet. So Pink is managing to stay in the game and managing to stay unattacked, despite the fact that, like, they're at war with... Oh, maybe they took that city by force. It's very strange to me... Oh, you two aren't friends anymore. Interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, it's very strange to me that the Morgar have not jumped in on that war, but if the Morgar and Green are not friends, I guess that does explain it a little. Although the Green breaking off that friendship could very well have happened like this turn after they generated the victory notification. All right, this is where we're going to call it for today. I'll tell you what, that last little look at the diplomatic situation has given me a little bit of hope. I think that there's enough chaos going on that we could totally just get lost in the cracks here. And if we can go from finishing that first victory tech, remember, nobody knows what we're up to until we hit the end of the first victory tech. If we can go from that to pushing through the next couple very quickly, it may well be the case that we can win the game before the AI really even has time to reorganize their forces and get properly mad at us. We can just sort of like streak from behind to suddenly victorious. I think that's probably our plan, and it may well work. Come back next time tomorrow to see if it does, and we'll see you then.